Oh, it's you, Captain.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander.
It
State
is.
your intentions.
I'm just... Sir, I might... Look, it's none of your business.
Outlander, state your intentions.
Right now, I intend to dry off after being pushed into your harbour, but other than that, I suppose you could just say work. Essentially.
You've picked one of the worst places in Morrowind to do that, but suit yourself. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Retextured. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws.
Right.
Any questions?
No, I'll make sure my companions are aware of that. They just get distracted with their rhyming games. Is Raven Rock purely a Dunmer settlement then? I did think Solstheim was still part of Skyrim.
Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. But when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home.
I mean, the struggles are what make you proud, aren't they? They're what gives you that sentimental attachment, isn't it? Why are you so suspicious of visitors, though? I've not really had a hostile greeting in the same way in Skyrim as soon as I entered a town.
I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern.
Second counselor? So, I don't really know how your hierarchy works. It is an awfully big wall. And security, you mentioned. Has security been an issue?
This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here, and we've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down.
And, as I said, I'm not really sure what the hierarchy is. What do your titles mean exactly?
Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstheim. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced.
Okay, so you're like the steward, in a way, and Councillor Morvain is your Jarl, so to speak. I'm not really sure by geography. Where was Blacklight again? I've not really spent a lot of time in the Morrowind area since Red Mountain happened. It's not been the greatest attraction to visit.
Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
It's the
gotta
capital
accept
of
that one.
Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there.
I know the Argonians invaded. I saw that news circulating around for a bit.
Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind.
Ugh.
Nobody seems certain why it happened. An attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmer needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland.
Again, sort of exasperating the crisis of refugees pouring into Skyrim already. Why do people need to go to war with each other? Why can't we all just live in peace? That's beyond my pay grade. Right, well, thank you for your warm welcome. I'll, hail.
Well met, Andrew.
I'll leave you guys be, doing your business. Right, let's get the lay of the land, I suppose. Yeah, it is ash. Scathecraw. Not sure what that is, but can you chew it? Is it edible? Oh god, oh no, it's not edible. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have a funny gut later, that's for sure. Oh, eyes, focus. I'm okay. I'm okay. Might need a glass of something strong just to wash that down. What we got here then? There's a smith. And this must be the market for what it's worth. Potions. Oh, I didn't forget potions, did I? Milore length?
Looking for any potions? Ingredients? Alchemical supplies?
Well, it looks like you're selling quite a few exotic ingredients out here.
Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for net jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark.
Net jelly? What is net jelly and why is it dangerous beyond the bulwark? It sounds risky.
Well, I have these other ingredients for sale for now. It'll have to do.
Okay, I just want to see what you do have for sale.
Take a look.
If there are health potions, I should probably get them. Alright, thank you.
Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients if you're ever in the market.
I'm always in the market for those. Oh no. Mogrel?
I'll give you this warning only once.
Oh.
Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine.
Yep, message received. My Blue Khajiit friend might have something to say about that if you try something, but message received. Let's not bother with him.
Mallory, you need to talk some sense into your husband.
We can't get blood from a stone, Mogrel. As it is, we can barely make ends meet.
That isn't my problem. I was clear when I loaned Garwin the money that I wanted it back by first harvest.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I don't like that orc. Excuse me, sorry, I don't mean to be in the way. What do you have for sale here?
Always a pleasure to watch when a man like you walks by.
Welcome to
My
Raven
eyes are
Rock,
up here,
traveler.
miss.
Could I interest you in any fine ash-grown foods?
It's
Ash-grown?
lonely out here, you know. On this remote
No,
island.
madam, no means no. Excuse
My
me.
wife and I are doing the best we can to keep Raven Rock fed.
What exactly is ash-grown food?
The Dunmer have been growing food in the ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our homeland. And now, with the constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever.
Well, surely the ash kind of chokes the ground and doesn't let any sunlight through. Is somebody sniffing me? Sorry, I'm very distracted. Is magic involved in the process at all?
No. Only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of patience.
The magic of know-how, you might say. Can I see what you have for sale?
If you've got something to sell, I'm willing to buy. Why don't we see what kind of deal we can make?
Let's have a look. Ash yams. Flynn, restore 20 points of stamina. Stamina regenerates slower. Is that a drink of some kind? No, thank you. Sujama. No, I'm alright.
Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have plenty of food for sale.
I'll keep that in mind. I do have plenty of food with me. We're well stocked. But no doubt if we're here for a while, we're going to need to sample the local delicacies. Fethis.
Want to buy anything? Or just laugh at our misfortunes?
Are sales really that bad out here? Do you not trade amongst yourselves?
Bad? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm.
Oh, I'm sure things can't be that bad. It's not a nice place for a dark elf in Windhelm, I must say. You've got friends at the East Empire Company, though, do you?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once. You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude.
I don't know.
Biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim.
Okay. I didn't know, but I'll keep an eye out for her next time I'm in the neighborhood. I've got a gallery back in Solitude.
Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Raven Rock. And when they do, I'll be at the top of their list.
I mean, it doesn't really seem like a big attraction for the East Empire Company, I must say. Is that a mine? What exactly do you sell here?
The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it.
I only really want potions right now. Where do you get all this stuff from, then? Weapon, potion, and armor, that's kind of top of my list.
Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies. And the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up.
Glover Mallory? Who's Glover Mallory? And do you sell any special mining gear? Was this once a mining town?
Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item.
East Empire pendants, what are they?
It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point. A kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them.
Collectibles, you say? Well, I mean, if I was interested, whereabouts would you be able to find them?
They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start.
The mines?
If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them.
Well, consider me intrigued. I might keep one for myself for display if it's a collectible, but I'm...
The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
I won't. Thank you.
Can't get
Pickaxe.
blood from a stone.
I don't have a
As it
pickaxe.
is, we can barely make ends meet.
That is
Why
my
are we all
problem.
gathering
I
here?
was
Right.
clear when I loaned Garwin the money that I
What's
wanted it back by first
this?
harvest.
The retching netch. Excuse me, sir.
If you need a ride back to the mainland, Jalen's the only way off this rock.
The only way off this rock. That doesn't seem like a good sign. We probably want to say in Jalen's good books. So is this the mine? Will they have a... Oh, he has a smelter out front. Trauma root? What's trauma root? God, that's a lot of trauma roots. Can you chew on this? Oh, weakness to shock. Yeah, not for me, thank you. Yeah, this is a smelter, but it's not any ore at all around it. I could do with a pickaxe. If I can just nip in and pinch one. This is a very quiet mine. East Empire Company. Okay, so this is a former mine then. Hello? Sorry,
I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool and you're going to get yourself killed.
I feel like I've overheard something I shouldn't have done. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I was just looking for a pickaxe. Excuse me.
Who in the blazes are you?
Oh.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Oh, sorry. My name's Arcadius. Sorry, busy doing what? I kind of overheard more of your argument than I wanted.
Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
Nope, that's fair enough. Look, I was just exploring.
Exploring, huh? Most folks think this place isn't worth the effort. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map.
Yeah. What's the secret? Because it feels like right now we're just in a dried up old mine.
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine.
You Have my attention, old man. Who was your great-grandfather?
Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel. And he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago.
And how did he die, exactly, do you know?
The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall. But I know better.
You know better, huh? What's your proof?
My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key.
A key? And a letter. What did the letter say, then?
It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else.
And the key, I'm assuming, is for the locked section. We might be onto something here. Great value or great danger.
It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance.
I admit, this does sound incredibly suspicious. It does seem worth checking out if it's not too dangerous to get down.
Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone.
Why? You do seem awfully forthcoming. I'm going to assume this is where you turn round and ask for my help. This is why you're telling me all of this, isn't it?
Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for.
So you do need my help. This is about getting round to asking for my help. I wish you would just come out and ask for my help.
I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company's keeping from all of us.
I would like to help. I do have more urgent matters to deal with. I kind of promised my friend here that we'd go and check out another ruin first. But if I were to help, any idea where to start?
Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Okay, well... Your wife? Is this your wife here? Afia, is she? Why were you arguing with her? I take it she's not very supportive of your endeavors.
She thinks that old age has addled my mind, that I'm seeing things when there's nothing to be seen. I realize she cares about me, but she has to understand that I can't rest until I find out what happened to Gratian.
I suppose. But she also has a valid point. I wouldn't want to see out my days as a widower after I lost my loved one to what I saw as a foolhardy pursuit. What if she's right and you don't find anything?
Then I'll settle down peacefully and never set foot in this mine again. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, even before I discovered Gratian's old things.
Yeah?
I just hope both of you don't mistake my enthusiasm for insanity.
No, I don't think you're insane. People can get hyperfixated on things in an unhealthy way. That's not insanity, but it's not healthy. I'm gonna go out on a limb. You don't think his death was an accident, do you? You're pretty convinced that something happened down here.
Look, I know I don't have much to go on. I have that unsent letter, and that's really it. But I also have a miner's instinct that's run in my family from before Gratian was even born. I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the tunnels here are solid. They would never collapse like that.
Well, I'm going to trust the miner, because miners do know stone. They spend most of their lives beneath it. Right.
Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Yeah, I promise I will look into this, but maybe... Oh, pickaxe. Maybe not right now. This is all I came in for. And a floating bucket. I'm not going to question the floating buckets. Right, letter. Let's have a read. Letter to Gratian. Grecian, I would appreciate if you could help us with a situation we've encountered in Raven Rock. It seems that the miners there have stumbled across some sort of ruin under the surface near the shaft. And we need your expertise to take a look. I could send someone else if you're busy, but I figured you'd want to go since I seem to recall that you're originally from Solstheim. Let us know if you make any progress. Renderless Standarian, East Empire Company, Imperial City, Cyrodiil. And a key. It looks like a very ordinary key, but I'm imagining it used to be a very ordinary mine shaft. Lives of the Saints, we're taking these books if they're on offer. Looks like they're just gathering dust. What else have we got up here? Another book. Poison Song. It's on the list. That's coming. Oh, it's not been a bad little detour, that. Right. That's on the history of Raven Rock. Raven Rock is one of the more interesting colonies of Morrowind of the last 2 centuries. So much has happened to this tiny town in such a short amount of time, and so many lives have been affected by it. I felt it necessary to describe its rich history within these volumes during my research. I lived in Raven Rock for almost 3 years, and I got to know many of my fellow Dumner who call Raven Rock their home. I hope that my readers will appreciate the amount of fortitude and perseverance that it must take to endure life in such an inhospitable and untamed land. Raven Rock was founded in 3rd Era 47 by the East Empire Company in response to the discovery of a rich ebony mine on the southern edge of the island. The construction of the town took several months, and the mine immediately started yielding ebony ore that the miners shipped to Windhelm in Skyrim. By 3rd Era 432, the town had become home to over 30 people, all of whom depended on the mine for their livelihood. At this time, Raven Rock was almost exclusively inhabited by Imperials and a few Nords who were drawn to the mine's wealth. When the Oblivion Crisis arose in 4th Era 433, Raven Rock remained largely untouched by Mehrunes Dagon's forces, and work continued as usual. The bulk of the Imperial Guard that was stationed in Raven Rock was recalled to Cyrodiil to fight the invading forces, but a few soldiers remained behind in order to protect the ebony mine from bandits. It's uncertain whether any Oblivion Gates ever opened on Solstheim, as there appears to be no record of such an event ever occurring there. In the first year of the 4th Era, after the destruction of Aldrune, many of the Dumner great houses sent out small groups of their own to seek places to re-establish themselves. House Redoran's group was led by Bravara Morvain, who immediately struck out for Solstheim. After some quick negotiations with the East Empire Company, and some speculate quite a bit of coin changing hands, Bravara's group was allowed to settle in Raven Rock, where they quickly became a part of the mining colony's way of life. The Dumner proved to be both hardworking and reliable when it came to working in the mines, impressing the East Empire Company and solidifying their relationship. All was going quite well until the fateful day in 4th Era 5, where Red Mountain suddenly erupted, sending a massive blast across the sea of ghosts that struck Solstheim with its full fury. Raven Rock was heavily damaged by the wave of force, which toppled several of its stone structures and obliterated many of the wooden ones. Ironically, the mine once again proved to be the town's saving grace, as most of the population of Raven Rock was working underground at the time, and was completely shielded from the blast. This event wasn't without cost, however. Raven Rock was heavily dependent on nearby Fort Frostmoth for its defense, but the eruption had almost completely wiped it from the face of Solstheim. The few soldiers that survived took residence in Raven Rock itself and attempted to set up a makeshift garrison there, but these scant few were hardly a match for the potential threats to their town. With the East Empire Company's permission, Bravara brought in some of the House Redoran's elite Redoran Guard to fill the void. The Guard proved to be an ideal replacement for the fallen Imperial soldiers and have been guarding the town ever since. Well, that is some good history to know. And I say for the moment we get out of here, let's focus on getting acquainted with the locals and striking out for Doom's Bazaar, because that's why we're here. And also, the dagger. Where is it? The dagger of Symmachus. Let's just get outside to read our journal. So the dagger of Symmachus. He theorizes, Orionuses, that it might be held by some kind of ritualist on Solstheim near Reicht Peak. If I find myself on Solstheim, I should keep an eye out, and we found ourselves on Solstheim. It's time to be keeping an eye out. Now, Reicht Peak. There's Doomsbazaar on the map. One of Sanamia's journals is going to be located here, actually. The 2 of her journals are here. 3 of her... My word, Sanamia, you spent a lot of time on this island. Right, there's 3 journals to find. A sextant. I'm going to assume this is around Fryk's Peak. This looks like the biggest mountain there is. And how would we get to Doomsbazaar? Because I do have Merian Spyglass. We could walk along the coast. That might be our best bet, perhaps, because it looks like otherwise we're going to have to cross the mountain and go down. This might be a bit of an endeavour, more than I anticipated. Right, excuse me. Who have we got here? Oh, Glover Mallory, excuse me.
Always a pleasure to watch.
Lady, please. Please, enough is enough.
You haven't seen Precious Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again.
Precious Corellius? What's all the fuss over a pickaxe? I lost mine. I just found a new one. There's a couple in the mine over there. A couple of spare ones just going to waste, it seems like.
No. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
So it's a bit of an heirloom then, is it? What is the difference with an ancient Nordic pickaxe? Is it just an heirloom, or is it something you use day to day?
It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Precious borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
You make that sound very suspicious, the way you traded some goods for it. If it's a lost star, I can't have imagined it was cheap. Is Stalrim some type of ore then? A rock? Mineral?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
Well, I assume it's rare either way. Enchanted ice? What, is it like a crystal?
I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Well, I'll try visit while I'm here. How did you end up on Raven Rock? You a Nord, are you?
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften.
Bone mold? Oh, is that what the guards are wearing, bone mold? Who taught you that then? Riften, are you from Riften then originally? Can't imagine you'd learn that in Riften.
I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold.
We are getting an
After
audience.
he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since.
Fair enough. That's, well, that's as good as reason as any. I would quite like to see what you've got for sale then.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
You do have bone mold armor. I don't really have the funds to get a set for the museum. It's quite expensive for a full set. That's going to set me back a couple of thousand. And chitin armor. Oh, this could be quite interesting to get for the museum, actually. It's copper and sort of the same old sort of things you see. Hunting bows, ironet, arrows and the like. Netch leather? What is a netch? Oh, Nordic arrows. Your specialty, I assume. Oh. Your specialties, I assume. Can't afford any of those either. Right. Thank you for your time.
You tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
I don't... Who's Cresius? If we picked up something to do on your behalf? Cresius? Oh no, Cresius. Cresius Corellius. Hang on a minute. The guy in the mine.
Miserable. Just miserable.
But he wasn't in the mine
I
anymore.
hate this
Was he?
place.
Was he gone? There is an inn. Let's go quickly have an inn. In at the inn.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
I'm just looking for Cresius. There's the orc again. Let's avoid him. More than a little dusty in here. You could just take a broom to these cobwebs or something. It wouldn't take a lot of work and it would make the place look a lot more homely and welcoming. I don't know where Cresius has gone. Right, if we see him again, we'll ask him about that pickaxe. Right, so it's still early in the day. We probably want to strike out for Doom's Bazaar. There's the Skull Village, okay. There is, however, Picky's Beacon and Picky's Resonator. And Schneider's Sextant. And that would be following the road. There is an argument to be had to follow the road and then just nip down around here. Okay, gentlemen, it's our first time on this island. Let's follow the roads. Maybe there will be a more obvious path that we can't see on the map once we set out. My word, is that Red Mountain? I didn't really see it on our voyage over here. Oh my word, right, wait, is this the edge of the bulwark? Just how much ash is flowing out of there? Right. Whoever built this wall, this defensive wall, really has paid dividends. It's barely, what, 2-3 meters high? Because of all this ash? It's a hell of a lot of ash. I'm surprised this island isn't just choked with it. There is a flag blowing in the wind. What's... Oh, is somebody under attack? Hello? What the hell are they? Right. Okay, I don't think fire's going to be very useful against these things. Right, there's one. Inigo, Lucian. Okay. Yeah, please.
Another victory for the Redoran Guard.
Oh, there you are. Where were you guys? Are you okay? Oh, I think you're losing a lot of blood.
I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't any sooner. You really probably want to get back to the town and get that checked out. You've lost a lot of blood. What the hell were those things?
Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
Stopped how? Like, where did he come from? Oh, I suppose you don't have the answers to that. What, did he come out to this farm looking for those things?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
Right. Well, sounds like a long shot. What else have you got to go on? I mean, if there's anything I can do to help, I'll let you know.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Aren't they supposed to be the elite Redoran Guard from what I read? Surely they can handle themselves. They are professional soldiers, aren't they? But, well, I don't know. Where you want help? Where do you want us to begin? And really, I wasn't expecting you to take us up on the offer.
We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
Ash spawn. So you've got no further idea what these ash spawn are, because they look pretty humanoid, but, well, they turned into a pile of ash when we struck them down.
No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago, but I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back.
If they're rising straight out of the ash, it feels like... well, it feels like they could rise inside the town any moment. How often do they attack?
We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses.
Really? So you suspect, because they're organized, there must be some kind of motivation to these attacks. They're not just aimless, shambling creatures. They have a target.
Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is.
Intriguing. And why do you think the attacks are coming from this farm? It doesn't look like much of a farm, I must say.
I don't. All I know is that the ash spawn are coming from this direction, so this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family.
As would I. You look a little worse for wear, and you're supposed to be the elite captain of the elite guard, it seems. And this farm's been abandoned then? For how long are we talking?
Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock.
Doesn't exactly look like Dumner architecture, does it? It looks more Nordic. Right, we'll have a look around then.
Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
Aye, aye, Captain. There's ash yams. Take a couple of them. Ash pile. Gold? They're just carrying around a gold ore, and should we take some of that ash with us? Can we get, I don't know, a mage to analyze it? Declaration of war. Raven Rock Stronghold. My calls for unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostilities have been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim is hostile and to treat Raven Rock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. Hang on a minute. Is this some ancient history that was omitted from that history book? This doesn't match. Fort Frostmoth was leveled, wasn't it? I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. General Falx Carius, Garrison Commander, Fort Frostmoth. Why are these former soldiers? Taking the copper ore and things. Captain?
Have you found something?
I've found this ancient-looking note on one of the ash spawn.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Falx Carius, but that's impossible.
Well, I assume it's an ancient note, but why would you say it's impossible?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
Well, as I say, I assume the note's simply ancient. I don't know why these creatures have it, but it might be coming from the fort. Do you think? I don't know, dying in agony, choked in ash. Surely stunning magical can happen there. Like, the event of Red Mountain was a pretty earth-shattering event. What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way.
Oh,
I
wait.
need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm going to head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults.
Hang on, no, you raise a fair point. If they're probing your walls for weaknesses...
Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
If it really is the real General Carius. But if somebody's taken on his identity, and he's probing your walls for attack, or if he is alive, you don't think we're going to find the... what was it, the Bloodhelm here? Do you? Wait, what about your friends. Is it wrong that I want to take his armor?